Hello, Dato James. How are you?
Hey man, how you doing? Doing great.
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? All good? Had your lunch already?
Just had, yeah, the Grab sent it and it was amazing.
It's the best time to try a lot of new food, right?
Yeah, my wife's taking a break today, so she said, why not grab some food? I said, yeah, sure, why not?
Uh, oh yeah. How's the MCO been treating you so far?
Well, in which aspect? In the area of business, personal, I don't know, or which area would you like to
Overall,
talk about?
overall, overall. Okay,
Overall,
let's
I
talk
think
about personal.
I think it has been a revelation in terms of just the family time, in terms with the bonding with the kids and the wife. That's been amazing.
Mhm.
Of course, there are good days. There are also bad days, but I think I have more good days than bad days. Yeah. So yeah. So that's in the personal side.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, so friends, here we have here Dato James Foo. All right, he's actually the founder of 80 plus companies, including listed companies, right, which we'll be hearing more about later. Right, today he's here to share about 5 strategies. Let me just put up this banner. All right, 5 strategies of running your business during this COVID crisis. Okay, I've been seeing him. He has been very active in Facebook, in LinkedIn, and he's been sharing a lot of tips and tricks. He has been helping a lot of entrepreneurs right now, even during this time. Okay, a lot of people have been like, a little bit unfaced or faced during this COVID crisis, a little bit in a daze,
Yep.
right? So sometimes a little bit because nobody expected this, right? Nobody expected a lockdown like this. So a lot of businesses are a little clueless on what to do during this time, right? So he's going to share here today 5 strategies of running a business during this COVID-19 crisis. But before that, let me just read out a little bit about him, okay? Okay, Dato James actually pursued his entrepreneurial calling when he co-founded his first business in 1997. At that time, his goal was to be like Richard Branson, owning 400 companies. Wow,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Along this extensive experience as a lead ISO auditor for construction companies, James has served before as an attaché for the Papua New Guinea Trade Commission from Malaysia for several years. Today, James is recognized as a global serial entrepreneur, published author, and a sought-after keynote speaker. He has also become a trusted advisor and business mentor to some of the nation's best corporate consultants and specialists. Based on his experience and insight gained through his numerous businesses, he's able to distill and crystallize concepts and methods to help business owners with their succession and growth strategies. All right. So he divides his time mostly between his 80 plus businesses, of which 5 are multi-million-dollar companies in 3 countries across 13 trade sectors. All right. So today he's here, highly qualified for the topic today. We like to hear him. But before Dato James, you start, right? Let's just say hello to everyone here. They are here. They are eager to meet you, greet you. Let me just say hello. There's
Hello.
Reka, and then
Hey
there's
Reka.
Rani,
Hey Ronnie.
and then there are people coming in from LinkedIn and all soon also. All right, so friends, please feel free to drop by any questions you have so that later Dato James can share with you his advice. All right, over to you, Dato James.
Wow. I mean, no one has actually done such a good job listing all those things down. It sounds a bit awkward, if someone reads it all out in that
Uh,
flow. Yeah. Also, a lot of memories came back when you read that.
yeah,
Friends call me James. I think I've known you for quite a while. You've been a strong CAD trainer, right? And you also own your own company, and I've been following and also learning because I think right now only when you learn can you truly earn. So right now,
yes,
but since the MCO has been adding another 14 days, which a lot of my inner circles knew it's going to be a minimum of 2 months. But of
right,
course, the prime minister got to let it down 2 weeks at a time, so that the government or at least the people don't feel a bit in shock, right?
right.
And so we were quite prepared for what's going to happen, but maybe not of this scale. We didn't expect a what we call a global lockdown. So this is not
Yeah.
a local lockdown, like almost the whole world is a lockdown. So it's actually a global lockdown. And so those are the things that we are actually really concerned about. So before MCO, the biggest problem was demand for our services and products. That was the biggest
Yes.
problem, right?
Right.
But right now, the biggest problem for us is the supply, not the demand anymore. Because we also know China is one of the largest manufacturers in the world, right? They said, so how can we get all our products and services in that sense? So yeah,
Yes.
so it's been quite challenging. And I look forward to sharing any questions that you have. Lead me on and show me what do you need me to help you so I can actually serve your community or actually give some support.
Right. Right. Okay. So let's just say, okay, Rani Ran has said hi, Dato James, and
Hey,
then
Rani,
Joel Williams says, "How do you look so young, Dato?"
must be my wife cooking. My wife just migrated to the oil and gas sector. They call her the new, instead of Ministry of Housing, now she's the oil and gas minister because
Oh,
she cooks at
literally,
home,
yeah.
right?
Okay, okay. Literally. Purnesh from LinkedIn says, "Hello, Dato James and
Amen.
Vyasa." And then Santa Kumaran from LinkedIn has also said hi to you. Okay. Just, feel free to drop by and say hello. So, Dato James, what are some of the strategies you would suggest to companies at this moment? When you, I think you have also seen and heard a lot of entrepreneurs coming and talking to you. What do you think? What can you share about this?
How much time have we got?
We have some good time. Yeah.
uh, Well, okay. So to be honest, it's
Yeah.
not really a. I don't like to prescribe.
Right.
Honestly,
Right.
because why?
Yeah.
Because I don't know the whole situation. It's just
Right.
like if you go to see a doctor right now, and you tell a doctor, actually, I got blue black here, and the doctor gives you medicine, right? And you go like, okay, this one will get your blue black away. So okay, but 1 week later we come back and there's still a blue black, and he said maybe the medicine didn't work. Let me give you a new medicine, right? A new
Yeah.
one, stronger. It's stronger, more powerful, right? And third week come back, doctor, still got lah how? Then he said, cannot be, I give you all the medicine. This is the latest. If you don't even use the latest, greatest product, and I tell you what, I even give you the cream. Sure, you will never, I don't want to see you again. If you come back, I didn't do a good job. I'll give your money back even. Doctors will always go there. So
Right.
what happens right now is people don't actually go to the root cause. They're only
Right.
focusing a 100-man team or a 500-man team or even a 1,000-man team and above. Those are very different strategies. So I just want to know in your room right now, or at least who's listening, what are they? And I want to give those who are actually watching right now little things that they can really tweak. But those are the little things that actually make a big difference in their business. So if you could shout out what sort of business you're running right now, or roughly what's your team size, or even the revenue of last year, your best revenue last year, and I'll give you those case studies. Some are even my mastermind students, and I'll give you ones that you can really use on right now, right after this call, because I know Vesa is doing a great job interviewing a lot of big names, and I know I have a lot to live up to, and I just want to make sure I give nothing but my best for your session, man.
Okay. Okay. So I think we haven't got those exact details yet. Yeah. So
Okay.
audience, please, if you want to share, because so that Dato James here can give more specific advice, right? So if you can share specifics of your business, how big it is, how many people are in the company, what is the nature of the business, and also, if possible, the revenue last year, that will help him to actually share some quick tips of what can be done, right? He needs a little bit more details. I think fair enough. Please drop by. Please drop by and share that info, right? So maybe we can start a little bit about while waiting for the questions, right? Maybe we
Sure.
can hear a little bit more about your businesses. What made you start with 70? You started at 1997 on your first co-founded business, and then you grew up to 80 plus business and including some of the listed companies. Maybe you can share a little bit about your growth, your journey, your history. We can all learn something from there too.
I'm not sure we got so much time for that, but
We have, don't worry. A lot of
uh,
people are eager to hear.
uh, I think I'll give you the long and short of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Try not to pick someone you want to become, because then
Okay.
it becomes a very Be the best person that you can become. Because
Okay.
I personally believe right now, after going through that whole cycle or many cycles, so I went through five recessions. Out of five, three, I was, I knew what I was doing. The other two, I was probably just like most people right now watching Netflix till the eye drop, or just starting crazy, just eating and probably having a ball of a time. So most of my friends right now are actually they're actually having what we call champagne nights. They're opening champagnes at 8:30 every night, and we drink together like this, and then they probably have caviar, they have sushis, and they're just enjoying. They invested their house, probably maybe $5 to $10 million house. They've never probably sat in it for so long. They bought the massage chairs. They haven't sat in it for so long. They've got a nice bed, but they haven't slept in it for so long. So most of those are actually taking advantage and just taking a break, which I feel, my opinion, right, is that this is the critical time. I'll give you a snapshot because
Yeah.
in 2001 was the time that I made my first multi-million dollar business. It was
Wow.
by luck, truly,
Mm.
because it was actually the dot-com bubble burst, right? The dot-com
Okay.
bubble burst. And what happened was nobody wanted to go online.
Right.
Today, nobody want to go outside, right? But at that time, nobody dared to go online. At that time, my online was still the dial-up modem. I don't know, is
Okay.
it same age as you or not? Because yours is
I
like ding,
know.
ding,
I know that time. I know that time.
right? Yeah.
I love that
So
sound.
uh, yeah, so mine was a dial-up time, and literally it was a dot-com bubble. And I thought, what business could I do? Literally.
Right.
So long and short of it was, I love to just explore. I was very curious as a child, and also afraid that because my mother passed away in 2001 due
Okay.
to a breast cancer. She had a double mastectomy. That means both her
Right.
breasts had cancer. The doctor
Right.
didn't do a good job. It spread to her second. She did both, but then it jumped to her spine.
I
So
see.
yeah, so I was doing my master's, going to do my PhD, and what happens was my dad said, "Come home," and the doctor said 3 months to live. Your mother had 3 months to live. That's it. And I saw my dad actually spend all his money, literally all his money, on curing her, nursing her to health, because she had 3 months to live, right?
Right. Right.
Uh, Bless her soul, my mother lived for 6.5 years. Yeah, 6.5 years.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. After the third year, my dad said, I think this is enough. This chemotherapy, we've been to see the Bomo, we have seen the Sensei, we have seen the Chinese, Malay, Indian, and all the time we've seen all the
Everything.
money we spent. And we realized after the third year that 50% of the battle that she was fighting, cancer at the time, was actually in her mind. Because
Mm-hmm.
people came in from the US, research her. Actually, what is her what nutrition routine? What is her daily intake? Does she exercise? Does she meditate? And then my dad, after the third year, said, "This is not a life." Because she was going in and out of hospitals. I was going in from all the hospitals from Glen Eagles, Sunta, Pantai. I was famous there because I was staying there. Everyone knew me. I've been there literally. And I realized then from then, the biggest lesson I learned was your mind.
Right.
50% of any battle that you want to fight in life right now is actually the mind. So 50%. So my mother actually told me was, if you really want to be someone, uh, you have to have control of your mind. So the question number one is a strategy to run your business right now is to, do you have control of the mind, or is the mind controlling you? That's the first question,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which one is it?
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to say, for business owners, entrepreneurs, regardless of size right now, number one question I ask all of them is this: where is your heart?
Mm-hmm.
Now is the time to ask your business, if it closed down, will people really cry?
Right.
Right. Because when Steve Jobs passed away, the world literally stopped for one
Yes.
hour, silence, literally
Yeah.
silence. Not because he's great, but because he left a legacy so profound that all our lives were affected. So right now in your company, what's the real purpose of your business? So I
Mm-hmm.
always say, start with the heart. The heart is very simple. It's a yes, no answer. It's a yes or a no answer, the heart. The brain, 50 shades of gray, or all sorts of answers will come out. Right? So the heart is basically fear. The
Right.
emotion of fear is in the heart, but the emotion of greed is in the mind. But only when your heart and your mind is aligned, then and only then you have what we call clarity. And only when you have clarity, will you able to make better decisions and set better strategies in running your business, especially in times of crisis? Because when emotions are really high in crisis, our intelligence are very
Low, yeah. That's right.
super
That's right.
low. We got no sense. But yeah, so that's one strategy right now that I want to share is right now is what's your business purpose?
Right.
Do you even have a business purpose right now? Most people just want to make money,
Yeah.
survive, right? But right
Yeah.
now, for us, why are we buying things? Why are we truly buying things? Only two reasons. Number one, it's a necessity that it's either eggs or bread or toilet paper that we need it.
True.
But 99% of all products out there right now is a luxury. I can live without. We can actually cook at home. We have plant home vegetables right now, literally, right? So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't can't think of it. If you are actually, some people are building their own hydro farm in their if they're in an apartment. Some people at the back of their own gardens are planting their own carrots and whatnot. They don't know. But right now is what's your business purpose? So whoever's listening out there, right? If you can answer this question, my business purpose is actually to help blah 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 blah. That's very profound. So that's why I came up with this program called the New Profits Program, right? And I said, like, how can I help companies from no profits, zero profits, and find new profits? Because I've done it once, right? And in 2001, I made a multi-million dollars, and I thought, like, wow, it's profound. Probably luck, right? So 2008 came, and that was the global recession. There was the subprime crisis. The whole market in US just crashed. And truth be told, I made the second so-called mountain of little treasure chests through properties in Malaysia. Almost every weekend, I was driving up my old banged up Iswara Blue One automatic Recon and just looking at properties, what to buy, how to resell, how to flip. And those were the 4 or 5 years were the best years of my life. So, you know, and I think in times like this right now, we just need to define where are we truly now and where we need to go. So we all know now, like all of us are locked down, right? It's not a local lockdown, it's a global lockdown. We are all stay at home. So what's that telling you? Ultra rich, the super rich, medium class, the poor, and for those who have a home, they're all at home. So you can't say there's no money out there because we're
yes.
all looking at something, right? We're all like, probably we get bored of Netflix. We're probably bored of all the shows, the DVDs we have watched or whatnot. And whatever books you want to read, people want some connection. People want some communication, right? So I feel right now is the biggest opportunity for anyone out there. And then for you doing this, I think I'm sure this has been a blessing to you more than actually a hurt. So yeah, some of things I thought were quite profound.
Okay. So we have a question already, right? From
Oh, cool.
Noor Ismail Dasyok. Okay, it's
You
a
know,
friend. It's a friend. I think you know her also, right? Okay, so I'm running a self-storage company and a moving company and a golf event management company. Three stuff. We can't do moving right now. Not an essential business. Storage is still ongoing. Collecting rental. But in foreseeable future, collection will also be affected. Golf events, we lost a major one this year, Maybank Championship 2020 due to COVID-19. Okay, they run a golf event company also.
okay.
I don't know what's the best way to move forward.
Okay, so that's a lot of questions in one, but here
Yeah.
goes. Do you have three staff in each company, or do you have three staff in one in each company? And that's a different thing, okay? But first thing first, I think right now is we need to know. So I call it the new profit framework. There are 9 things we need to look at. 9, what I call 9 dynamic dials, okay? So the 9 things, almost like a dashboard in a car. When you go in, you only look at the petrol, right? You look at the petrol, is it high, is it low? Then you look at the thermometer, is it like a high temperature or low temperature? If it's an old car, then you look at, when you're driving, you look at the 2 speedometers, right? And then
Right.
you maybe tap on the whole signal lights.
Yeah.
And then probably another 2 or 3 more things, how far you go and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but for business, there are 9 things you need to look at. 9.
Awesome.
9.
Awesome.
So what are the 9? The first one you need to look at right now is what I call the pond. Okay, so the pond in this case is your market. Okay, the market. So there are 4 types of markets. Market number 1, is it a local market you're serving right now? Because you have 3 companies, right? You probably need to do this by yourself or your team. The question number 1 is, are you doing a local market only? The next level of market will be what we call a domestic market. The difference between a local market and a domestic market is this. A local market is maybe, if I'm staying in Sunway, Shah Alam, that local market is probably maybe 10 or 20 kilometers from that space. That's my market, basically, my local market. Domestic market is the whole of Malaysia, east and west is my domestic market. Okay. The third level of market is actually the regional market. In this case, could be ASEAN or just Asia. Okay. And of course, the last market is global. You need to point out right now, your business is fall under which of those markets. Okay. Once you understand your market, then you want to look at, in each market, it's almost like if I'm telling you to, I don't know, I mean, the best analogy I used was a fishing analogy, right? So if I go to Lake Titiwangsa, when I was young, you could fish there, but now you can't. If I go to Lake Titiwangsa now, I probably can't catch any fish, right? Yep. It's exactly like what's happening in COVID right now. Most people cannot get any business, right? But fortunately, the people that I'm mentoring, they are doing 7 to 8 figures last week alone. Why? Wow. Because they are actually focusing on the type of fish they want. That's the next one. So first one, you look at the pond. The next one, you look at the fish. So what's the fish? The fish are basically your customers. Okay, customers. So if I want to catch a big fat shark, okay, I need to have a, don't catch sharks, okay, because I'm a scuba diver, and just have it for the example, but no shark fins, don't eat, right? No to shark fins. So for sharks, you need to have a bloody big Wagyu beef. So from far, far away, probably a mile away, they will come and they will just come to you, right?
Right.
But that was in normal scenario, normal days on the ocean. But right now, if it's a thunderstorm, which is right now is happening, it's the COVID storm, right? Will the shark still come? Even though you got Wagyu beef?
Might not.
50-50, right?
Yes.
So what can we do differently? We need to change our bait. We cannot depend, that means right now the bait will be your marketing message. If last week's marketing message is the same as this week, you already made the biggest mistake in marketing right now. Mistake number 1 in marketing is you cannot use the last week's message or even yesterday's message for today because the government just announced another 14 days. So your marketing strategy, your marketing promotion, your marketing message, even though your branding probably need to be fine-tuned right now. Okay, so that's your bait. So the 3 first critical things you need to look at as a strategy is, number 1 is, where's your pond? Right. Yeah, where is the pond that you're fishing? Are you fishing in Lake Titiwangsa? Are you fishing in Port Dickson? Where are you fishing right now in your pond? That's the first one. Second one is, what type of fish are you catching? Are you catching sharks? Because right now it's not easy to catch sharks. Let's be honest. Even the sharks is not afraid, right?
Yeah, they're going very deep down.
Exactly. So what can we catch? What can we catch?
Maybe medium-sized fish, smaller fish.
Exactly. We can catch snappers, smaller fish, snappers. We can catch snappers, which are smaller fish who still need to eat, and they do not or cannot go deep. Notice? They have to swim on the surface. That's their life. That's their livelihood. So right now it's the psychology of your customers, right? Right now, if I say, touch wood, if I actually cut myself, and I'm bleeding so badly, would I pay little money or a lot of money to stop the bleeding?
Whatever money it takes, because
exactly.
You have to do it.
Yeah. Exactly. So people are focusing on, you must sell very, very cheap now. You must give all the things away for free now. I say, no, it's not. It's because you do not understand the psychology or what's happening in the mind of your clients, or in this case, the fish. Once you understand that and you know this is like, oh my goodness, this is like a very deep one. Even I myself cannot stop the bleeding. I'll pay all the money right now because I don't want to go to hospital because I may contract the
Yes.
right? So
Right.
the focus is not on how much to pay. A lot of people focus, oh no, give cheap, especially corporate trainers out there, friends that right now that I work with who used to do 8 figures, they're doing like 70, 80,000 a month. They were like living a life, they had 2 cars, Mercedes, BMW, Butler, mate, they had everything, 80,000 a month, like net, not gross. This is net income, they're
Wow.
like, wow, living the life, but, oh, and these guys are giants in the industry. They're making maybe few 300, 400,000 a week or a month. And overnight, literally 100 over gigs or just 100 over 1,000 just went vanish in thin air. So what can they do, right? Instead of serving the corporate market, how about the consumer market? So that's the pond. Don't look at the type of pond that you have. Look at the pond that you can fish in. A lot of people just focus on, okay, there's no fish here. Yeah, so we are not a tree. We can't be stuck there. Get up and move. Get up and move. Where is everybody now? Everybody's online. Like
Yes.
everybody's online. So is your product something that the fish will bite? Right? But unfortunately, right now, this is the biggest pond in the world. And you get all sort of fishes out there, from sharks to whales to killer whales to guppies to ikan bilis, anchovies, you name it, all that fish. So if you don't have a clear marketing message,
Right.
you're going to be really, really burnt. What's next?
Got
We
it.
have a question?
Okay, yeah, we have a few more questions already lining up here. Just give me a second. Uh, all right. So first from Hamidi Raza. Okay, I'm a banker. I'm listening to this to see how best financial institutions should react to assist. Where should the financial resource liquidity be channeled to? For example, banks should continue to lend to distressed firms even with negative profit if the firm has a solid fundamental. How do you detect solid fundamentals?
Okay, so there were like probably too many questions in one. We're going to pick one question in there.
Yeah.
But what I got from the crux of it is this. Right now, Malaysia, to just talk Malaysia,
Yeah.
what is the largest percentage of companies in Malaysia? SMEs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you don't take care of SMEs, our Malaysian economy will crumble. That's as simple
Right.
as that. So, of course, you don't lend money to everyone, right? Who can you lend money to, right? So the question is, instead of focusing on who can you lend money to, is focusing on what are their dashboards. So
Mm-hmm.
every company needs to have their dashboards, right? And I share these dashboards freely and tell everybody you need to have these 9 dashboards. Now, if a company doesn't have a dashboard on where's their pond, where's their fish, who's their customer, what's their bait, what's their marketing message, what is their strategy, why would you lend money to this type of person? I mean, even though it's COVID or not COVID, if they cannot answer you basic, simple questions, I mean, let's be honest right now, it's a war. Yes, it's a
Yeah.
war. It's a literal, we call I would say a health war. It's more like an economic war right now because of the health. Yeah. So what can we focus on is to actually focus on companies that need to be saved, but in the 3 areas. Because the first thing when I started off right now is the biggest problem we had in the beginning in any business, especially in Malaysia, was a demand problem, right? We
Mm-hmm.
need to do marketing problem strategy, but the crux of it is a demand problem. Right now, the biggest problem is only one problem, supply problem. So flows of fund must be able to lead into the supply part of this problem, which is only 3 industries that need help right now. Only 3. Of course, not all can be saved, but what are the ones that save? Who are what I call the first 15%? If I can save the first 15% of any economy, I save a bulk of the economy. So I can't win everybody, right? But I only want to win that, critical part of business, and therefore it actually help you save economy. Yeah, if you're a logistic company, just now the lady mentioned, is not the industry itself, is what are you delivering and shipping around. Because if you are shipping sanitizers and shipping face masks, Mr. DIY just probably shipped about 30. They cannot deliver it all by themselves. They definitely need help. They definitely need help. Why are you not the one? Maybe because you don't have an online presence, or maybe because you don't have an online marketing message to attract the type of fish to give it the opportunity, because they cannot deliver in time. They already, as of now, the owners are asking for help. Please help me. I need more help in terms of logistics. So
Right.
the first industry, logistics.
Right.
Second is actually the food industry. Yes, we always
Yeah.
think right now food is easy. It's not true. The
Right.
biggest problem right now, like my good friend Adnan Lee, MBG, shout out to him. He's doing a great job. But he also tells me this: our cold rooms are full, are
Mm.
maxed out. If I don't sell it in time, the fruits will get rotten, even though in the cold room, right? So
Right.
this is the biggest opportunity for small time businesses or related business to support the business. How about if you buy my service online and I deliver you a basket of fruits free,
Right.
as
Interesting.
opposed to, right? What
Yeah.
can we do to do an offset that has a win-win? Now is the best time to collaborate with people, connect with people. So what can you do as a business? So right now, in order to look at, not just look at cash as cash, I always, people say this: cash is king, right? You heard the phrase before, right, Beza?
Yes.
So cash
Yes.
is king, but I say this: cash flow is God. I mean, no disrespect to people who believe there's a God, okay? But
Mm,
if
mm.
cash is king, cash flow is God. So which company can you actually lease or lend money to, that give them a lease of life to have cash flow? They may not need a lot of money. They just need cash flow to be able to sustain, so they can grow from the survival stage to the sustain stage. And hopefully, right now, some companies can even scale. Right? I hope I answered that question, man.
Right. So, for the benefit of everybody here, what's the difference between cash and cash flow?
Well, cash is something in the bank. You can
Okay.
count, you can touch, you can feel. I call it a war chest.
Okay.
Whoever's listening right now, only three questions I ask, regardless of the business, I ask this: what is the size of your war chest? And what's your war chest? Means the amount of money you have right now. So give you an
Yeah.
example. So today onwards, if Microsoft, Bill Gates, who owns Microsoft or used to own Microsoft, uh, has zero income, no more income coming in anymore, zero.
Right.
Okay, no business for whatever reasons. How many years can they last? Any idea?
No, I don't have
You want to
any
give
idea.
a
But
shout?
I suppose to be many, many years, right?
What guess? So whoever's listening, comment out there how many years can they survive if they have zero income? Total cut now. The entire world just doesn't bother to give any money to Microsoft. So how many years can it last?
Okay. Any comments from the audience? How many years can Microsoft last without any income? Let's say
Yeah.
zero income from now.
So, well, the more you give feedback, the more I give you case studies that I know, that I've read, that I've learned, and mentored,
Yeah.
that help your
There's,
companies, right?
there's some feedback coming in. It said generations.
Okay, we got generations. What else?
3 years from Norisma, and then Fanny said 20 years.
Okay.
All right.
I think whoever gets it right, I'll
Okay.
get on
So
a
they'll be
call and
still
give you,
coming in, but let's
yeah,
just go on.
yeah, whoever gives it right, I'll definitely give you a
And
one-on-one
then
call.
David said 4 years.
Okay, okay.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. Davin said 4 years, and then okay, another one is coming up, 5 years.
All right, who's that?
That's from
Better not be one of
Anand.
my better not be one of my students and my mentees, okay? Because the answer is
Anand.
right. 5 years.
Oh,
Only 5 years. And that is the
wow.
considered probably the top two, top three biggest company in the world right now. Top five, because of Bezos and whatnot, but they're still the top five, at least in the world, I'm pretty sure, right? So
Okay.
even for them, their size is not a giant. They are a behemoth. They're like, to many of
Yes.
us, like godlike. Only
Yes.
5 years.
Wow. I didn't imagine that they could only last for 5 years.
If zero income. So right now, question number one for your business, if no income comes in for the next X amount of years, what will the answer be? How many
Oh,
years can you survive? Question number one,
right.
regardless of business. And then if you can tell me that year, I will tell you the right strategy to execute. Because let's be honest, if tomorrow you got no more money, then we cannot wait for government. We cannot wait for you and me. We got to act now. Because
Yes.
very simple. If you have a stomach ache and you're stuck in the traffic jam, I don't care how good your holding power is, okay, bro. But you gotta go, you gotta go. So if you need money, you need now the strategies, the tactics, the tricks are very different. Are very,
Right.
very different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, so Microsoft is 5 years. Question number one. Question
Okay.
number two. How many months or weeks, months, years can your company last without you?
Without you. Okay. The first one is with. Okay.
First one is with, and
Okay.
just firepower, just how much money you have. Because a lot of people focus right now. I got a lot of money in the bank, 1 million or whatever the amount, 10 million in the bank. A lot of bosses, I got a lot of FD, no problem. I got 20 million, no problem. But we all know one thing: money is nothing. Money is just an exchange. Money is just a concept, right? Because last time we used to do barter trade, right? But
Yeah.
now it's an exchange. Now your money means nothing. If you are sick in the bed, all the money in the world can't help you at all,
Yeah.
regardless, right? If you can just save me from COVID, I give you all my money,
Mm.
right? Some people, I mean, touch wood. My doctor friend has, just been announced that working overtime, and she just unfortunately, she had her partner doctor had COVID, and right now she's quarantined in one of the hotels,
Oh.
right? And so all the money in the world is nothing. Well, the government is taking good care of her, yes, but right now all the money in the world means nothing. It means jack, right? So
Right.
question number one, what's the size of your war chest? Question number two, how many days, weeks, months, or years can your company last without you? Without
Right.
you, right? Now, the rule of thumb is, what's the rule of thumb? So comment below, what's the rule of thumb? How many years can your company really last without you? Just comment, and I'll
All
give
right.
you
Awesome.
the variance. So you need to know like what you need to do. If you can break that mark, okay, then you're in what I call the sustain stage. Because there's only 4 levels of business: survive, sustain, scale, and soar. There are only 4 levels of business. Okay, they don't have there's no like crazy level. So if you tell me where are you now, then my case studies, the people I'm mentoring, I want to know how I can best give value that for those who are listening. I give you that case study can probably save your company, because if I can save your company, I probably save your family or two. And then
Okay.
that's much more important than whoever's not listening right now on the
All right.
recording or whatnot.
So,
Yeah.
James, just to be clear, right? What do you mean by survive without you? That means if you are not there, the company is running by itself with the people who are running, taking care of it. Is that what you mean?
Exactly.
Okay.
So a lot of people right now are what we call operators of business. They are not the owners of business,
Okay.
right? So they are what I call, like if you could look underwater and you see how a duck stays afloat, the legs are always like this, right? Paddling, but above water, the duck looks very graceful, very peace, very calm, very majestic, right? Right now, even the duck's head are underwater. So everyone right now are doing this. And what do we see? Other people's. And therefore, there are a lot of copycats right now. There are so many people going online, Facebook, and LinkedIn and whatnot, but they're not giving massive value by doing proper interviews like yourself, like picking the right people. Don't just pick any Tom, Dick, and Harry to talk to, but pick the right people who can give the right content so that actually can have a domino effect to help not just themselves, but more companies out there. So, any feedback so far? How many months can
Okay.
your
Yeah.
company last right now?
Okay, so Norisma, who has been very reactive so far, she has been saying 3 months she can last without with the current watches, and then another 3 months without her. All right, and then Rani has said 3 months without any business coming in, she can last. Right.
Okay.
So yeah, these are some of the answers. Let me just check on LinkedIn what's happening there. How do you? Okay. Suja said 5 years for the Microsoft one lah earlier. Theo said that.
Nice.
So, okay. What else? Okay, yeah, that's the answer so far.
Okay. So the research is done by the Malaysian government.
Right.
I saw some reports. 60% of the companies can only last 3 months.
Wow.
60% of companies can last 3 months. Startups can't even last 3 months. That if COVID lasts another 2 more weeks, 40% will close down right now.
Right.
And that's the reality right now of our businesses. So
That's
in
a
terms of the
that's a big number.
right.
Yeah.
So right now, what can we do? Give you an example, a case study that I'm working with right now. Simple, swimming school. You know, a swimming school. So
Yes.
swimming school, the biggest problem with swimming school right now is how they need to
Oh
parents
yeah.
to send their kids to a swimming school, right?
Yes.
Yes. So can you send your kid now? The answer is
Right
no.
now,
You
no
can't.
lah.
No, it's
Yeah.
impossible, right?
Yeah.
But what will happen to the swimming school?
Nothing. There's no cash flow coming in lah. No new cash flow. It's just whatever watches you have. That's all. Salaries need to be paid, but there's no income.
Right. So this swimming school that I'm working with right now has made more money last month compared to the last quarter of last year.
Wow, that is interesting.
How? How? I'll give it to you right now. So whoever is doing any what we call a physical outlet right now, I give you small. I give you a what we call a local case study that I'm working on. I give you a regional and a global case study. I even give you case studies that I personally have experienced. I'm not give you someone I read or I'm not
Right.
sure. Okay, that means
Okay.
I've actually worked on it, probably advised, probably shared because I've been through 5 recessions. Three
Alright.
that I made lots of impact, and I want to give that to you. So, what did the swimming school do? The swimming school just did one simple thing. Right now, we need to think. Our pond has changed, right? Our
Yeah.
pond, our market has changed. No one wants to come to my swimming pool right now. Don't get
Yeah.
whose swimming pool they're coming in, right? So I
Yeah.
want to find what pond. Can you bring your business online? Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
So for swimming school, when I first said can, the boss said no, no, unless
Yeah,
you
man.
have virtual reality or something. No, it's too expensive. You can't swim online. Okay, fair enough. So we put the pond strategy on one side.
Okay.
Number two, the fish. Now, the fish, which the customers, what's their psychological pain? Because right now you need to solve three major emotions. The pain, which is now, if I cut myself now, the pain stop it. Or the next part is the fear. What if just now I cut myself is a rusty one? If it's rusty, I could get tetanus, then I get my jab. That's a fear, right? So first
Right.
you must solve the pain. Second, you must solve the fear. And third, you must give them assurance that you won't have to die or chop off your hand.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense? So the
Yeah.
fish psychology is this. Right now, parents are going insane at home.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but there are days that I wish, I need to go office so badly. You
Every
have children,
parent will
right?
relate. Yes, yes, yes. Every parent will relate to this for sure.
So yeah, and I'm like, some days are like, wow, magic. Some days are like, whoa, why do we have so many children? Look at my wife look at me and like, something to think about. So I want to be mindful. So what can we do right now? The biggest pain for parents right now is the children need their activities,
Yes.
right? So
Right.
this is a strategy that was given to the swimming school. Literally clear cut. I give it to you word for word. Okay. Copy it if you can, learn it, improve. I want to save as many companies as I can. Okay. So what you can do is this. Right now, have you ever tried swimming on land? Yes, no.
No, definitely.
Okay. Now, if I tell you that it's not a joke, it's serious, I have a proven science that you can learn to swim on land. Would you be open to try?
Yes, yes,
Right? It's not for you, it's for your child, by the way, if she's
yes,
going
yes,
swimming.
yes.
So, you're interested? It's a fun
Yeah.
activity, and we get a lot of kids online, and they're probably 2 hours of your time away from you. Would you like that?
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, first thing, we did was a online course, a 4-week program or 6-week program, depending on the budget, right? And they did what we call a swim on land. A professional expert will teach you how to swim on land. Number one,
Serious?
no joke.
Wow.
People are paying money just to go. My kids go there, go there, go there. Number one. Number two, they teach the kids about psychology of swimming. In case you drown, how does it feel? So they teach you. So these are certain things. Actually, when you go to a swimming pool, they don't push you in the swimming pool straight away, right?
Right.
They teach
Yes.
you if this happens, what is it? If this, so the psychology of the child. So they call the mindset and the skill set. So it's just a 4 to 6 week program, and they have sold out. Online
Wow.
course teaching kids.
That's amazing, man.
So that is a what we call a micro entrepreneur, a small business owners, maybe got 30, 40 students per class, one instructor. So you got few instructors. So if let's say they're making, let's say, I don't know, how much can you charge? 50, $100, were you willing to pay?
Yeah,
But
some
it is
money coming in.
yes, it's money coming in. So that's we call a small or a micro entrepreneur. Okay, I'm talking about another one I'm mentoring right now is what they call, he is one of the leading health and beauty centers in Malaysia. 60 outlets, 60 outlets, and they all have to close down because of the
COVID.
movement control, the COVID, right? So what can they do? What can they do? 60 outlets. I mean, this guy is older than me, has probably been through more recessions than me, more experience than me. But this time he froze.
Okay.
What can he do? So he's just so thankful that he's in the mastermind group with me, that I mentor one by one the company and say, okay, you can do this, 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 this. I don't have all the answers, but probably based on my experience, we can do this. Here's one thing you can do, or two things you can do, but based on my experience, I think this is the best foot forward. This is the best foot forward, and let's test it out. But instead of testing right now, don't do trial and error, because trial and error is wasting money. What we can do is experiment. You can do experiments and test the idea. If people bite, so we don't like launch online with all our Facebook ads and whatnot and try to sell people swimming class. Nobody will buy. You can ask some friends and family, would you be interested right now? Who are the close circles right now that can support you? And if that takes up, and then only you scale.
Right.
Okay. So right now, what he did was this. Is something that all of them were doing what we call, those this health and beauty. They do a lot of facials, treatments. Those like my railway tracks in my head. They make it disappear. If I could do double eyelid, they make it double eyelid. No dimple, makeup dimple. So they are one of the leading companies in Malaysia. And what happens is this. I taught them a strategy that right now, as of last week, they were doing close to 500,000 in sales. From
Wow.
0 to 500,000 in sales. And if there's no, we call it, the biggest problem right now is not sales, right? 2 weeks ago, yes, it was sales. But when he hopped on, we mentored him, we helped him, we guide him with the strategies they have. I've talked about the new profit framework. He actually now looks at $1 million by end of this month.
Wow.
Right now. And the outlets are still closed. How can you make $1 million online right now? So yeah, if they're interested, comment. I'll tell you how. I'll tell you all the strategies and dirty secrets, But yeah, comment so that, give Versa some love. He's doing a lot of hard work here, He's like YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. I got to learn from you, man. How are you doing all this? It's not easy.
I will share with you after this.
Yeah, this is really, really hard work. But yeah, give him some love, comment, support him, because we need to help a lot of people like this out there. Right now, who can we help to actually trigger a domino effect? And this is one thing you take away that helps you in your business. It didn't just help you; it probably helped you and your friends. And I just want to be, hopefully, to say a little contribution of that success that you did, and I'll be happy. Because we all know we don't live forever. We don't know how long we live, right? Touch wood. So whoever's listening, whoever's commenting right now, I want to give you case studies, solutions, strategy, or tactics just for you. Okay, for those who are listening. If not, I know I'll be happy to talk about anything else you want, bro.
So quite a number of people are saying that they want please share, right? please share. All right. Anyone else, just drop by and say hello. Drop by and say please share to James so that he knows that you're listening in. Okay. And Sam G said free.
A minute sounds good, right?
And then Theo said, give strong value proposition to customer via bundle deals. Darwin said, thank you. I want to learn. Fanny said, please share. I want.
Hey Fanny, how you doing?
Okay. All right. So, cukup ke, James?
I don't know, man. You're the boss, man. You tell me jump, I say how high. Okay.
Okay. So please lah, please share, please share.
Right. So I think number one, I think you need to focus on right now is whatever business you're running right now is
Right.
the eyeballs are online.
Okay.
Like it or not, the eyeballs are online. So can you bring your business online? That's question number one. Regardless of whether your watch size, can you bring your business online? Yes or no? If the
Okay.
answer is yes, then there are things you can do. If the answer is no, then there are other things you can do. So right now, for most of you, are you an offline business or are you already an online business? Because both strategies are different.
Yeah.
Are you online or are you offline? So you just comment online or offline, and then I'll give you that strategy to
Answer.
help you fix.
Okay. So please, audience, please share if you are running an online business or an offline business, right? So that at least you can give advice accordingly.
Yeah,
Please share, right? Just quickly, just just give a. Are you running
nice.
online or offline? All right. Okay, there is a little bit of small lag here. Okay, with the online business, someone who does audio, how do you move forward with the online business, especially for someone who does audio? There's a question. And then how do you create an eye-catching message for the fishers? Okay, that's one more
Nice.
question. And
Okay.
then a few people are sharing both online and offline. Chris said offline. Okay, let me just say, Chris, Kaliswaran, online, both. Okay, smartpa.my is
Okay,
online.
Miguel. How you doing, Miguel?
Okay, Miguel, I think you know him, right? And then
Yeah, he's
can
famous.
use both online, offline, Krish, offline. Yeah, there's a small lag. That's why it's all coming in now.
So I
Okay,
think based
mine
on
can
that,
be both.
it
Yeah,
looks like 60% are offline. Looks like
yeah,
60% of the comments are offline. So I help those offline first. Okay, we always help those who need most help first, right?
yes, yes,
So
yes.
question number one right now, apart from the war chest, okay, we need to answer the next question, which is, right, can the company run without you?
Mm-hmm.
Pure and simple, right? If the answer is no, the company cannot run without me. That means if I'm not involved right now, the company would close down or there's no leadership. So most important right now, if the company can run with you, are you the right leader? Are you the right leader? Right? Because right now, some people panic, they freeze, they do not know what to do, and they may not be the right leader for your company right now. If not, if there's no choice, then you have to step up as the leader. You have to be the leader that your team have. Whether you have 3 staff, 30 staff, or 300 staff, you need to be the leader, right? Even Tony Fernandez right now, he's having the world of a time, Probably he had a little bit of hair now, probably he lost all his hair already, right? Because his tagline cannot work right now,
Oh
everybody cannot
yes,
fly.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
yeah, and the whole business is literally locked down. So when I talk
yes.
about the business model, there are 3 types of major incomes for a business. We call it
Right.
baseline income, cash flow income, and a stretch line income. Now, all 3 incomes for Tony just got wiped out by Thanos, the
Wow.
COVID, literally. So
Just a
what is,
snap.
yeah, a snap, literally, right? So what business can he do right now? What can he do right now?
Uh, I
Well,
got it. Okay, what business can Tony Fernandez do right now? Please comment below.
yeah, exactly. Do you know? Because we are not flying, we are not buying, and even though, I mean, he has an online store, would you still want to eat the chicken rice in that foil? I mean, you can order chicken rice from your outside your house, which probably tastes slightly better. I mean, no offense, Tony. you know, right? What could he do?
Okay,
Yeah, I
there's
know.
a
Tony
there's
can
an
sell
answer
nasi lemak.
coming in. Tony can sell nasi lemak. Okay,
Would you buy his nasi lemak versus the one outside, the Malay uncle outside your house?
that is a good question.
Right? I mean, it's
Yes.
a fair trade. I've been eating my uncle's nasi lemak for the longest time, and I know it tastes way better than airplane nasi lemak,
Oh, of course, of course, of course.
right?
Okay, so some
So,
of the answers coming in. Okay,
okay,
for example, is from Krish is cargo. From Fanny is e-commerce. All right, and then from Noor Isma is from he can sell pre-sell this seed sale for the future, probably like what Air Asia X is doing. Okay, and then let me just see best nasi lemak from Air Asia. Okay, let me see what else is coming in. Cargo storage warehouse for goods from Davin. Okay, that's interesting. And then use his online platform to promote other food businesses who are not online right now. Okay, from Miguel. Okay,
okay.
and then flights. Okay, from Dato Alia Karen is
Hey, Dato'
free.
Alia.
She's in LinkedIn. Okay, she said free flights for 2021 and 2022. Okay, and then Chitra Katigian said logistics. All right, so these are some of the answers lah.
Right. Very smart bunch of people right there. Okay, very accurate, but let's a little fine tune. Okay,
Okay.
uh, never sell the future because right
Mhm.
now people don't want the future. People cannot see the future. Majority of public cannot see the future. So when you sell the future in your business right now, in terms of marketing, it won't work because right now they don't want a cruise liner. They want a life raft. They just want to survive. So if I sell them free flight for 2021, maybe very small percentage the ultra rich may consider, but Air Asia is not a ultra rich airline. It's not like a Qatar airline or Emirates, right? Air Asia is a low cost airline. So tough strategy. What we can focus on right now is the pain, right? The
Okay.
immediate pain, immediate fear. What can we sell to them? So never take advantage of people, but you must take advantage of the situation. And the situation right now is the case that we can make lots and lots of money. So AirAsia did a good bull run right before they sensed that that this COVID is going to hit. They did a all you can fly for 1 year. I think
Which is the
400
Air,
tickets,
yes, the Air Asia X one,
right?
right?
I'm sure they
Yeah.
made lots of money to build their war chest.
Right.
That was not to make money. It was probably to build their war chest to sustain the entire business. Suppose they heard something we didn't hear.
Right.
Simple, right? So selling free flights, I personally don't think my view is it won't work. Okay. Logistics, yes, but too big of a scope. What about the logistics can they sell? So right now, one of their income is not from logistics, but from premium delivery because they have one of the largest network of planes and deliveries in the world. So if you want fresh salmon or fresh medical products, they can probably do that. I'm
Right.
sure they are doing a lot in that area. Tony's a smart man. I'm sure he's
Yes.
doing that is one business he's making so much money. Second
Cargo.
business, right? No, premium. It's like a DHL,
Right.
not
Okay.
cargo, but premium,
Okay.
premium because it's so fast, right? They're probably bigger and faster than DHL in this area.
Right.
First, that they can do. Second, they can do is that because they have one of the world's largest database.
Oh
And so
yeah.
who can they collaborate? Because of that database, they know who likes what, Chinese, Malay, Indian, whatever the race is, what type of food they like, whatever they buy, they can target it and sell it to people and collaborate with people who actually work. So right now, two business ideas for you. What is the size of your database? Who can you collaborate with in your database? right? And then number three, which was what is that alternative income can you find for your business during this time, even though your main source of income is blocked. So I bring you back to the case study that I'm mentoring. So 60 outlets closed. What could they do, right? They didn't know what to do. This was something they did. And if you are doing a we call health and beauty center, this is something for you to consider. So right now, what are the biggest problems? Like I mentioned just now, my wife is now promoted to the Ministry of Oil and Gas because she's like spent a lot of time there. And so what happens is her hands may not be as beautiful as it used to be, and her face may not be as beautiful as it used to be because of the oil and freckles and whatnot. There's no workout and whatnot. So what could she do? She's complaining, right? How can we serve this market? The fish right now don't want to go out to your office or your center because of the COVID and whatnot. But they are at home and they are bored and they have nothing to do. So every once a week, could you have what we call a virtual face party?
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Virtual face party. You get a celebrity to come in and wash your face in front of all the ladies right now. And it's only for the premium clients. And what they do right now, you sell the products, which is your products, in a box. So we call it a Corona Care Package. You send it to them in a box about 500 to 700 a box, right? Send it to them, and then once a week we have all the ladies come online and they have a virtual face party with a celebrity. When was the last time you could have a virtual face party and you are just selling products? So if you're selling product alone, you will suffer. But bundle it with right now a bunch of ladies online, and make it gamify it and give a virtual experience. You just stack. So this is called a nuclear stack online. And because of that, sales just exploded. The biggest problem he had last week was lockdown. The lorry and logistics cannot deliver. His sales was through the roof. The warehouse cannot take it. The staff are panicking. Biggest problem ever, but best problem to have.
Oh, that is a good problem to have.
Yeah. So as of last week, same went out to the mastermind. I went through the framework of strategy, how to actually break through this problem right now of delivery. And as of last week, 3 days ago, he said, my delivery problems have been solved. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is amazing. And that's why he's on his way by end of this month to hit $1 million worth of sales.
Wow. That's really, 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 really
Yeah.
interesting.
So it is possible, okay? But of course, we need to be very mindful of what business you're in and a whole lot of other things. But you need to be mindful of what business can you become. A lot of people are doing this biggest mistake is doubling down. They're doing the same thing and hoping for different result. And that's called insanity. If I do the same thing and I hope for different results, it's called insanity, right? Some people call it stupidity. I don't like the word, but I will call it insanity. But yeah, how else can I help or answer questions for you, or do we even have time left, bro?
Oh, we have. We can just go on for a little while more.
Okay.
Okay. So let me just see some other questions that has been not been answered in LinkedIn, right? Okay. How do you move forward with your with an online business, especially online for someone who does audio? Yeah, very
Okay.
interesting. Yeah.
Audio business means he edits audio, or what specifically is audio? What does he mean
Uh,
by audio?
Audio. Okay. He edits audio. Yeah, he edits audio.
So if it's editing of audio, you're in the best business ever right now. And if you don't make money right now, I will like go over there, reach over to you, and just give you a knock on your head, right? Because right now is the video era,
Yes.
right? Vyasa could do this, compile his top 10 speaker list, compile
Right.
it, and put it to as a gift. If you sign up for my course right now, whatever he's selling, I'm not sure what's selling, also if he's selling, right? Bundle it. These are my top 10 speakers to overcome COVID in 2020, and I'll give it to you free. It's high definition. The audio is edited with we call it what's the word called, subtitles in different languages. I'll give it to you, and I wish you well. Do you think that's a good business?
Yeah, very interesting. For
because
sure.
maybe some people like to read, like to see, because 70% of the market in marketing is visual. So if I can
Yeah.
see the words, some people are, we call audio people. So if he is in the audio business, come on, man, you know, you got to be making lots of money, okay, right now. Because you're not, then you're probably focusing on the problem. You're not focusing on the possibility. So
Right.
focus on the possibility. Just change the skepticals and say, it is possible. Okay, what should I do right now? Because
Okay.
everyone is shooting videos right now and the quality is not so good. Let's be
Yes. Yes.
honest.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay?
So another question from
Yes.
Norisma. What can she do, because she's doing an logistics business, right? And
Yep.
what can she do online for something like her? They also do golf events. So what can they do?
Okay. So first you gotta pick your baby. Yeah, like it or not, you gotta pick the baby you want to save. Yeah. I'm pretty sure if I the mistake that I made in running the 80 companies was this. I didn't focus on which is the main company that could take my entire companies down. Give you an example. You guys heard of Tan Sri Vincent Tan? Yes,
Yes.
Vincent Tan Sri Vincent Tan. Yeah. So you may or may not know this, but you heard of Berjaya Toto. I'm not encouraging gambling, but you know
Yes.
Berjaya Toto.
Yes.
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 So Berjaya Toto takes care of three major companies: Berjaya Land, Berjaya Construction, Berjaya. And that baby company is pumping money or supporting all the other ventures. They have, I
Wow.
think, Vincent Tan has more than 100 over companies, but only a handful. I think 10 or 14 of them are doing very well. The rest of them are not. Why not? Maybe they're not focused, or maybe whatever the reasons are. I mean, it could be many
Yeah.
tons of reasons,
Yeah.
right? We will go into detailed reasons, but there are probably
Yeah.
14, a handful of companies. I remember the last time I spoke to one of the person in charge, it was like only about 14 companies out of the 100 over companies that they have that are making serious money.
Right.
Serious money, right? So right now you need to look at your companies. For those who have more than one, which is the one that actually, if I remove it, your entire table falls, right? So you need to look at that business and focus on it. If it's the golf events, or is it just the logistics, which one is the livelihood of your business? So I talk about the baseline income, the cash flow income, and the stretch line income. So for AirAsia, literally their baseline income is their ticketing. Used to be, but now it's wiped out, right? The cash flow income is basically their, we call their, when they advertise on the plane. So I wanted to advertise on the plane once, but it cost about $3 million inside and outside, right? With all the gadgets and whatnot. I think about $3 million, and you need to sign a contract. I'm not sure they've changed the numbers, but at that time, that was the price that was quoted to us. So
Right.
that's their, probably their cash flow income, is the money that comes in the chunks.
Right.
The real money they make is not from any of those, right? The real money they
Okay.
make is probably from another source. That's why they can give
Right.
1 million free seats. Just like McDonald's. McDonald's is not in the burger business.
Right.
McDonald's is in the
The land business, the real estate business, right?
real estate investment business. They are not in the burger business. That's why Burger Lab, Ramly Burger, all these guys are coming with burgers. They're not even a little bit worried. They're like, thank you. Because right now, if I say cheap fast food, what brand comes to mind?
McDonald's lah,
Yeah,
or Ramly Burger.
yeah. And
Mm.
Ramly Burger is not even in the burger
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, their turnover was about a billion last year.
Wow.
One B, it's a B for billion, not M, right? So right now is, what business are you in, and does your business matter? What's the purpose of your business? Look at that first, because I don't know too much of the business and the other technical things, because it's a very it's a live broadcast. So I want to be mindful when I share. You don't take it as, oh, let's do this. It's very dangerous, right?
Yes. Yes.
It could hurt you, not help you. So I rather not say anything than say something that could potentially hurt you. But based on what
Yes.
you shared, uh, this is about all I can give at this point of time.
Okay. All right. So okay. Uh, what if it's the golf one, right? How can they go online? Do you have some crazy ideas?
I'm not sure about crazy. I'll call it creative, but crazy will do. We need some crazy ones, right? So right at top of my head, right now, the biggest industries that are affected right now are events.
Yes, yes, yes,
Events are hit
yes.
so badly. Number one. Number two, what are the next industry hit so bad?
Food,
Tourism. Food
tourism.
is not.
Yeah,
Tourism is
food
not
is
hit.
not.
Food is not hit badly.
Okay,
Come to
tourism
think of
is.
it, food is not hit badly because after a while, let's say if this continues another 2 3 weeks, I bet, bro, you'll be missing your favorite curry fish head from don't know
Yeah,
where, and you wish it was
already,
sent to you, right?
already.
Exactly my point. So it's not the food. Supply is the problem, yeah, but food is probably not the one suffering right now. Those are
Okay,
suffering in food is because they don't know how to position their business to maximize the opportunity only. That's basically it. They're just focusing on frozen the tracks and not moving on where else bet they can fish for their pond. Instead of just why no fish? Why no fish? The pond already froze. Winter
right,
already came. Your lake already frozen, but you're still there. Hey, why? Why? Sure, got fish one. You're just sitting and waiting and hoping and praying.
right.
Those are the worst strategies to have. So if
Okay,
you're an event-based
yeah,
company, then the next evolution of it is what is the experience business can you have? What is the experience that you can have? Give an example. So one of the students I'm mentoring last year, he helped his students. So how do you measure someone by their success? I said, if you make money, very good. If
mm,
you can help you make money and you help someone make money, not bad. Now, if you can make money, you can help your student make money and your student help more people make money. And I said, that means you know the strategy works. Make sense?
yes.
So the student that I mentored, his students in total made 20 million last year,
Wow.
right? It's a group of them. They made 20 million last year and they are an event-based company, okay? And last month, they did what we call a virtual event, okay? And just a virtual event, last month they did 500,000. I think what
Oh,
500,000 virtual event. So right now for your golf event, is there any? Because right now you're not doing the event, right? Someone else doing the
yeah,
event, right? You're probably the event management company, but I don't have the details, right?
yeah.
But right now, is there a possibility of doing a virtual event, still make the money?
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Norisma, do you have any ideas there? Golf is, let me just see. Golf is dead, lol, for a while. We want to focus on self-storage business and valet storage business. Can you comment on that?
Okay.
They have a self-storage business where you can keep things and store things and pay some money for that. Yeah.
Okay. So self storage or valet storage? What's the difference? What's the real difference between a self storage or valet storage? Right? Makes sense. Number one, based on my understanding, self storage is I I rent the space, I look at it, I put stuff in there. Self storage. Valet storage is, hi no, I got some stuff here. Can you bring it to wherever? I don't know, want to know. Put it in my block 41, 21. That's probably a valet storage. Both of them is the same business, but the experience of service is different. That's
Right.
basically it, right? So it's still one business. It's the airline business. Okay,
Right.
you're still in the airline business. So how can you pivot? How could you position yourself so that you can prosper in this time? So instead of focusing on storage, what can you focus on to bring you the revenue? Right? So there are three things you need to do. Number one, in the marketing, you need to focus on how are you attracting the right type of customers. How are you attracting, like the bait? How am I attracting the right type of fish for me to catch? Not to eat. I have to catch it first before I eat it, you see? So attract. The second one is after I've caught the fish, how do I reel it in so that I can catch it? That means convert. How do I convert my existing customers or new customers so that I can hold it in my hand, the fish, because right now it's down there in the water, it's on the hook. I need to bring it up and hold it in my hand, right? So that's the conversion. But how do you convert those customers? And lastly is how do you deliver that fish so that you can eat it, which is either to cook it. So broken down into three parts of service. So right now in your storage business, I'm not sure where are you struggling. Is it the attracting, is it the converting, or the delivering? Because each have different strategies for you to execute. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah, Isma, if you have further questions on this, just jump in and throw it in. All right. So let me just go on to is there a danger of from Pratpal Singh, right? Is there a danger of people reacting prematurely by launching a substandard solution, but in the long term damages long-term branding? Okay, that's a good one. All right.
Excellent, excellent. Is he in the business or is he asking out of someone else? Just curious,
I'm,
right?
I'm sure about
Yeah,
that.
but yeah. So right now, example, I am in the fresh food business. I sell a lot of fresh fruits. Okay, like my good friend Anan Lee sell a lot of fresh fruits, and I decided because of this COVID, because it cannot move so fast and it perishable, why don't I sell frozen food, like preserved food,
Right.
dim sum, like those, or just fish balls or whatever. What will happen to your brand? You just killed your brand because you're
Yes.
from a fresh food person selling preserved food. So you literally killed your brand overnight. Literally
Correct.
overnight. If you want to do it, start a new company, start a new venture, but never use the same company. Okay. But yeah, be mindful that you need to start. So the one who asked the question, you want to focus on not just perfection, you want to focus on progress. The word is progress. You still need to launch. Look at Vyasa. If you follow, so I went through all his Facebook and whatnot. If you saw, he actually has been improving. Every time he improves. After every call, he improves. His design improves. His capture improves. His content improves. His the word what he writes, the copywriting improves. The way he dresses improves. The way his background improves. So yes, please start. Focus on progress, not perfection. Version 1 is better than version none. So, but when people see that you're growing, people want to follow you, people want to be a part of you because they know that you're not standing still. They're attracted to your growth. People are always attracted to other people's growth, right?
Yeah.
But right now, people are attracted to people with the biggest certainty. I hope that answers the question.
That's very interesting. Biggest certainty, right? Okay. So another question that people have actually asked me is hotel business, right? They are suffering right now. I think a lot of times they're just physical based. How do they, any ideas for them, those in the hotel business?
So, cut and dry. I own my own resort in Bentong. If you like, you can come. We can do about 200 people in there when it opens up. We also have our own boutique hotels. So yeah, what you can do is probably just two things. Number one, what is the size of your war chest? I can't answer the question if you can't tell me the size of your war chest. Okay.
Okay.
And if I answer your question, I could probably hurt you, not help you. So the size of your war chest, number one. Number two, what could you do in this space of time to actually promote not just your business, but help other people? So right now, a lot of hotel owners can do, if they're near the hospitals, they can actually give them the opportunity to rent out their space to hospitals. Because right now, the hospitals have no space. So for a patient, right? I mean, I wish everyone well and long life and prosperity. But if you're a patient and I ask you, would you want to stay here in whatever hospital for this price? But you can stay next door in my hotel, in this hotel for $300 more, and there are less people there, and it's more private and more personal. Which would you choose? If you can afford it, you would choose the hotel.
Yeah, the hotel. Yeah.
Of course, you pay for the hotel. I mean, I don't want to mix near other people. I want my own space. I want to look like hotel feeling because hotel gives a luxury feeling. You don't look like a hospital have a oh my goodness feeling, right? So you could open your hotel right now up for hospitals to use as a premium place, as opposed to leaving now and not doing anything. Yeah, that could be one powerful CSR even an opportunity to build your brand right now for your business to grow. That after it, people will come and say, "Wow, this hotel did so much. I want to give back. I want to help, and I want to promote to my friends." So focus on the long term memory or message that you want for your brand, as opposed to a short term gain that kills your entire business and you start all over again. I hope that helps, man.
Okay. So the last few questions lah. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So Noor Isma's got back again. Storage. We recognize business will downsize. How do we positively sell our storage services to those businesses? Businesses who downsize, she means. And then we already have a few queries by businesses downsizing. They want to store temporarily until times are better. All right. And then as a follow up, Valet storage is online. We have everything ready. It's door to door storage service. How do we start promoting with minimal budget?
Right. So there's two questions in one. Notice when you drive, you can only drive one car. No matter how
Yes.
rich you are, your butt can only sit on one seat. So be careful when you run two companies unless you have two separate CEOs running it. So I'm very mindful. All my companies have a CEO that runs it. Whether it's a marketing company, my consulting company, my real estate, my construction, my resort business, there is a CEO that runs it. Okay, very clear. Because otherwise, you'll be working in your business, not on your business. There's a big difference. When you work in your business, then your head will be underwater. You'll be seeing all the duck paddling. If you're above water, at least you have the calm, clear, because if you're not calm and clear, you cannot create strategies for your business because only you know your business best. So based on what the question she asked and limited information she shared, number one you can do is stop selling people a year plan because people cannot see the future. Like Dato just now was saying, let's give free tickets. It's a very good idea actually. Give free tickets. Yes, I'll be enticed to buy it just for the fun of it. But majority of the people may not buy. Let's be honest, right? But like, why? Why? Because this lockdown could be 6 months, 1 year. Why I want to pay money? My money locked down. No, I don't want. So most people may not take it. You want to give your offer, your bait in this case, must be something that majority of the market would buy. But notice, even the fish bite your bait, if you pull the rod up, sometimes the fish will jump off. So you have a percentage that may not even come into your hands. So that's the why you need to open. You do what we call a tripwire effect. For marketing experts out there, you know what I mean. Tripwire effect. That means you sell small and you upsell gradually. Because right now, people cannot see the future. Most people think it's the end of the world, right? And some people, idiots out there really are making it happen by going out there and not staying at home. It really annoys me, okay? Right? Then they still go out there and they post on Instagram. You see the mall is empty. You see, like, what are you doing in the mall? Yeah, I know people are just doing crazy stuff. So stop doing crazy stuff. So right now, focus on not selling the cruise liner, the yacht. Focus on selling the life raft. What is the life raft you need to sell for your business in the storage, right? Don't sell me the whole the whole cruise liner. Sell me that life raft. That's the first thing for your online business. For companies that are downsizing, trust me, it will become more and more. So don't be surprised. It will become more because my sources already told me, and the network that I'm in, the people I'm masterminding already know that the next 90 days will determine the next 6 months of your income. So whatever you decide to do in the next 90 days, chop, your next 6 months will depend on it because 2021, 2022, it's going to be a global recession. Because COVID is a small tsunami, the real big one is the recession tsunami. And right now is to prepare for winter. If you think you're suffering right now is the time to build your resources like never before. This is the biggest opportunity ever. I hope that helps answer the question.
Okay. So Sam G Yik said that your Bentong resort, he's interested in for his team to do a group activity after COVID.
All right. Thanks, man.
And then Watsala said, even as shelters for domestic violence survivors as short-term shelter, home as CSR. Oh, that's in the hotels, right? Uh, this now we were talking about hotels. So she mentioned that some alternatives is as shelters for domestic violence survivors,
Very
or as
good.
short shelters, home for CSRs. Amazing
Perfect.
insight.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, well done. Well done. Yeah, that's a very good example of how to actually think out of, like, be creative, not be crazy, or be creative enough to actually say that it is possible. Focus on wearing the lens of possibility and potential versus problems. That's a good one, actually.
Okay. So and then Norisma said, "Lovely, Dato. Thank you very much. Uh, Anytime you need storage, let me know. Free 1 month for you. Okay."
Now you got to give it to Vesa, okay? Because it's all because of him, not because of me, okay? If not because of him, I won't be here anyway. So you got to give it to him, okay?
Okay. And Dato James, for business consulting, how do we take it online? This is
How do
by
you take
Davin.
that? Oh, okay. Hey, Devin, how are you doing? So, how do you take your business online? Long story short, right now, how are you positioned? What's your personal branding right now online? Okay.
Okay.
So, if right now, how can you create bite sized information to actually solve the immediate pain of businesses right now? How can you go online and solve the immediate fear of the business out there right now? And once you have these two answers, then consider bring your business online. Otherwise, bring almost every Tom, Dick, and Harry is online right now. All trainers, all business consultant, coaches, I don't know, mentors, Sifu, whatever you want to call them, they bring all their stuff, they just throw it online. It's like, to me, it's a food fight. I take my food, I just throw on the wall. I throw on the wall, I throw on the wall, and I hope something sticks. So instead of focusing on what everyone is doing, don't be a copycat, but focusing on what value can you get by solving that most immediate pain and their fear. Because if you cannot solve the two most critical things, you can't do business consulting online or even offline, because online is so crowded right now. Everyone is there. Everyone claims to be a Sifu, okay? Everyone claims to be a little mentor in the field. So I'll give you a little, Davin, a little thing that I measure, who I listen to, okay? Um, I break it down into three. Okay, the first one is they are people called the professionals. Okay, the professionals are people that I listen to, but I don't follow. Why? Because professionals are people who talk to you for an hour, literally for an hour or more, and you say, "Wow, so intelligent, so smart, this he or she is." But after the person leaves, you go like, I'm not really sure what the person said also, actually. So these are professionals. They probably read a lot of books, TED Talks, they watch a lot of documentary. They're very intelligent, but they don't have any called step-by-step strategy, frameworks, or proven methods that are time-tested. So these are professionals, level one. Level two are we call experts. These guys probably got 100, 200 PowerPoint slides. You click, and they only want to prove one point to you. And they ask you, do you understand? And you go like, okay, I kind of got it. Yeah, yeah. So these are what we call PowerPoint experts. Okay, they also been there, done that, but probably not doing it anymore. Okay, the highest level, what I would call, are masters. Masters are people who have been there, done that, but today still doing it. So I only listen to people like this who masters. I take whatever they say 70%. So whatever they tell me is their opinion, feedback, whatever it is, I take 70%. And if they are a master, they've been there, they've done that, and they're still doing it today. Because they've been there and done that, but they're not doing it anymore. Like 20 years ago, I used to do this. 30 years ago, I do this. I'll take whatever they say 50%, like a pinch of salt. Okay, good, good. Thank you, thank you. Because it may not be relevant right now. Okay, so
Yeah.
be mindful who you listen to right now, who you learn from online right now, and are they in the, nothing wrong with them, okay, but it's just you need to be mindful only. Are they professionals, experts, or masters in the field that you need help in? So I hope it answers your questions, David.
Okay. So just two more, right? Okay, James Miguel. James, would it be all right to include a free plan as part of the service offering to the market?
Okay, need to set a better context to that. Uh, who doesn't want free storage, free stuff? Yeah, but the point of giving free is that will they come back again? What's the bait? What's the message that makes me want to come back again? Now, give you an example. Now, the biggest problem food F&B people have right now is not selling the food. It's getting the same people to come back again and again and again. So,
Yeah.
right? Because today I want, I don't know, chicken rice. Tomorrow I want nasi lemak. After that I want fish head. But to eat chicken rice every day for the next 1 month, maybe not, right, bro? Maybe not, right? So, but if I tell you this, hey, bro, since that you bought my, my devil's curry. My friend just did a devil's curry, right? And it did very well, about 1,000 a day. New business, trying to help the mom up, and he made so much money, 1,000 a day. And yeah, literally 1,000 is selling just curry chicken, right?
Wow.
New business, okay, like zero to hero, and I do 1,000 a day. So 1 week, 7,000. If you're stay at home, 7,000. Why not? Just cooking curry chicken, why not, right? So my point is this: what is the strategy you're having to give the customer to come back again after the free? What's the point of giving it free? Whether it's a free 1 month storage or the free whatever plan, right now is okay, I don't mind, because who doesn't want free stuff? But what's next? So for the F&B, what it is this. Now, if you buy my devil's curry, every month I'll do a lucky draw, and you may get another devil's curry. You don't have to buy. Delivery on me. But if you buy more, I could give you fruits for free. So you collaborate. You collaborate with others. So the fruit guy gets to sell and tap into your market, and he gets a new market. So we both have new markets. Right?
Yeah.
What you're doing. Let's be honest, you're leveraging on my market. Right? I've already got 20,000 people on LinkedIn right now watching, and hope say hi, on Facebook, and some friends. So, and likewise, so we are collaborating our contacts, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody will bite our what we're offering, or what we're going to listen, or what we're going to share. But right now, we have an exchange, a collaboration right now. So for Miguel, don't focus on the feature, focus on the benefit. Right, a lot of people are now still focusing on the feature, focusing on hours, how many hours a day, how many projects I'm doing. No. You can now, in crisis, you can focus on only two things: outcome and results. What the outcome and work with you? What's the results? Can I work with you? I hope that helps, man.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you for your advice from Patricia. Okay, Walquez in LinkedIn. She said, "Thank you for your insights, Dato. What is your advice for vegetables producers who do B2B only?"
So here lies the issue, right?
Yeah.
Because remember we talked about the frozen leg.
Yes.
If your leg is frozen, your legs are not frozen. The leg is frozen. You can still walk. So instead of focusing on B2B, why not B2C? Something to think about. Right now, who doesn't want a fresh vegetable delivered to their house? Because the vegetables that deliver to my house are not really fresh. I mean, even my wife got those numbers, and they're good, but not great. They nothing wrong. It's a business, I understand, but they send you the vegetables that are going to get spoiled already because they need to clear the stock. Fair enough. It's a business, right? And that's why my wife still chooses to go out, although I encourage her not to actually she can choose those vegetables herself, so she knows she's getting the real legit stuff. So as opposed to looking at just a B2B, looking at these three things. Number one, how about engaging what we call a personal shopper? A personal shopper. Like they actually shoot the video for you. Like, do you like these vegetables? So I'm telling you now, hey, this type of veggie I like this type. My mother teach me to see when you buy veggie, you must see like this. Then she just, okay, sure, sure, sure. So she goes and shop all the veggie and delivers the vegetables to you.
Right.
Now
Yeah.
that is probably at least a 6 7 figure business if you know how to monetize it with the right strategies. Because right now everyone is stuck at home and a lot of them honestly are afraid to go out. They're
Yes.
afraid to go out. So
Yes.
let's not focus on the frozen lake, focus on the frying pan. What can we fry? What can we cook right now? Focus on that. Because focus on the possibilities that this is the best time to pivot your business, but not just that, the best time to prosper because you can actually build a great new business right now.
All right. So, Dato James,
Amen.
uh, thank you so much for being
No, no,
here.
thank you.
Thank you. Seriously, very good ideas, very good tips, and I think for people who want to actually reach out to him for to find out more, you can always connect with him in LinkedIn and Facebook under James Foo. Okay, you can if you can't find him, you can always look out for me. Check it. Let me know, and I'll get you connected with him. Okay, and anything you want to share before we finish the show today?
Wow. Couple of things. Three things I'm doing right now that are, no, if it's something that some of you are interested out there, I'll be happy to work it out. So
Okay.
I'm really looking for first thing I'm doing right now is I'm looking for 20 companies that want to make serious new profits in the next 7 days. If you are one of them, I only looking at 20 companies. I want to help them bring them from whatever no profits to new profits or wherever they are to new profits. So that's just one of the first thing. Just send me on my LinkedIn post. That is one thing that you can help me out. I'll be happy to work with you to see what strategies, what systems, and what stories that you could need to put in place so that you can sell those strategies. So that's number one. Number two, if you just go for bit.ly stroke next NEXT.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bitly just stroke next. That's all.
yeah. Next, new profits NP
Oh, next
NPW
NP.
NPW. Yeah,
Okay. All
yeah.
right.
So
Let me just write it down here so that for the benefits of everybody, right? Wait, just hold on a second. Uh, Bitly Bitly dot uh, www.bitly stroke NWP
next
next
NPW.
NPW.
Yeah, new
Okay. Let
profits webinar.
me
So yeah,
just this is correct.
yep. So
Okay.
it's
So
bit.ly,
bit.ly. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Let me just get this.
bit.ly.
Let me just
So
get
that's
this down.
so I came up with that, saying that how could I help companies find to go from no profits to new profits. And right now, remember I told you about the whole what do you call it, the group that I'm mentoring right now. There's from the swimming all the way from the facial. So
Right.
they are looking at least new profits of at least close to about 100 million, that group
Wow.
itself. So there is opportunity. Not all companies can make that kind of money, but I'm looking at how can you at least find a new stable income to sustain through this COVID. And then once the cloud clears, you can probably focus it on what best to actually grow your business.
Okay. So, friends, here, if you want, you can actually go directly to look for Dato James Foo at his LinkedIn or Facebook. You can connect, you can comment there, new profits, right?
Yep,
Okay. Or you can even comment here also, new profits. And then I think you can take it up from there also, right?
sure.
Dato James, right? So, thank you very much to be here
No,
and
no,
for
thank you.
sharing all the tips, right?
Happy to share, man.
Enjoyed the show, definitely enjoyed
Likewise.
having you here, and bye bye everybody. All right, and here are just some people saying thank you to you. right? For
Welcome,
your
welcome, welcome. Thank you.
very nice ideas for sure, Edward, uh, Davin, Fanny. Okay, and thank you very much for sharing. Very nice. Okay,
So
so
remember to take action, okay, guys? All ideas are great. Please take massive, massive action. That's all I can say. It's all about implementation, implementation, implementation. If last time buy property is location, 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 now is to implement like never implement before. I've never been so busy in my entire life,
yeah,
literally. So
I can see that you're so busy right now, right?
it's crazy. I'm packed like 4 a.m. I'm up already because this morning, 5 o'clock, 5:30, I was a mastermind group with the people in US, UK, and Australia. And this mastermind group is like 100,000 US. To be in there, it's like they make sure they check your background like no nonsense. And then basically we mastermind on how we can help not just our company, but the companies that are under us so that we can actually not just survive, but actually scale in this time.
Wow,
Thank you once
that's
again,
amazing.
bro. Really,
Thank you,
really
bro.
appreciate it.
I'll see
Cheers.
you again for sure. Bye bye.